Welcome. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at this PELADN WI6 N150 mini PC. So this was provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful and you want to purchase one of these, I'll put a link to it in the description, and if you use that link, it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost you anything extra. So this has an Intel N150 processor. It's a 4-core processor. This has 16 gig of RAM and a 512 SSD. So let's get it open. So it comes with a manual. Let's take a quick look at it. So it's really just 2 pages. It shows the different ports on here. Has a bracket to mount it on the back of a monitor. We have some notes and then a warranty section. It's also a compliance card. Let's get the PC out. Very thin. So below the PC we have the accessories. So we have an HDMI cable, power cable, with the bracket, and some screws. The power supply outputs 12 volts at 3 amps. So let's take a look at the PC. We have a decal on the front. It says press Del to enter the BIOS. Press F7 to enter the boot options. It's nice that they have that right there so you don't have to look it up. So I'll peel that off. So on the front here, looks like we have a reset. I'm not sure what that does, but we have headphone and microphone. We have USB Type-C. We have USB 3 and 3. We have the power button. We have a vent on the side and a vent on the other side. On the back we have 2 HDMI ports, 2 USB ports, and an Ethernet port. And then we have our DC power in. Now on the Ethernet port, I thought this was very interesting. It has a little note here. It says to set up more quickly, avoid using Wi-Fi or LAN initially. The connection may trigger prolonged updates causing delays in desktop access. And I found that to be true. So if we look on the bottom, we have vents and we have rubber feet. So this is a very compact PC. I mean, it's just tiny. So I'll get this plugged into power. I'll plug in HDMI for video. And I don't know if I mentioned it has these 2 threaded sections here to hook the adapter up to for mounting it on the back of a monitor. And we're having the boot screen come up. So for keyboard and mouse, I'm going to plug in this wireless USB dongle and to have a wireless keyboard and mouse that uses that. So this is going to go through the setup. I'll probably skip parts of this for privacy reasons, but it's asking me my language. I'll say English, yes. It's asking you to connect to network. I'm just going to say I don't have internet for now. And it says continue with limited setup. I click past that. I'll accept the license agreement. It wants me to log in. Okay, so I created my account and it had some privacy settings. I entered those. So now it's setting everything up. Okay, so now we're logged in. Now there's not much we can do with this without it being connected to the network. So I will get that set up. At some point, I'm probably going to need to log into a Microsoft account. So if that comes up, I will do that. Okay, so I've connected up to Wi-Fi. It hasn't made me log in yet, but I'm connected to a 2.4 gigahertz network. So I'll run a speed test here. This speed test is hosted on my network, so it's only testing the Wi-Fi speed. It's not testing my internet speed. I'll hit start here. So we got 24 down and 31 up. Now this is my most congested SSID, so I wouldn't expect super performance out of this. That's plenty for surfing the web or watching Netflix until you get into say 4K. Then you'll probably want some more bandwidth. Next, I'll connect up to a 5 gigahertz network. Okay, so there we're seeing much higher numbers. We got 536 down and 557 up. So if you want the fastest Wi-Fi, you'll want to go with 5 gigahertz. Of course, this does have Ethernet, so I'll peel that sticker off and plug into that. Now when I plug this in, it will automatically switch over to Ethernet. So let's run this again. Okay, so we got 932 and 993. Now we had a little dip there on the top. That might have been something on the network. Let's try that again. Yeah, we're not seeing that dip the second time. So if this was a scientific test, I'd run it many times. But you can see we're getting near gigabit speeds on this. Now you wouldn't typically expect to see exactly 1000. I mean, here we're going over a little bit, but you can see that we're in the ballpark of gigabit. So I'm going to go down to the Explorer here. I'll go to this PC, I'll right click, I'll say Properties. This will show the system about. So it shows we have 16 gig RAM installed. This is running Windows 11 Pro. I'll go down to search and search for disk. I'll go to create and format partitions. And here we can see the drive. So we can see the Windows C partition is 475 gigabytes. Next, I'll test the hard drive, so I'll install Crystal Disk Mark. So I have Crystal Disk Mark installed. I'll run it. Okay, so the test is finished. So we're seeing 541 megabytes per second read and 491 write. So it's not the fastest SSD I've ever seen, but for basic desktop usage, I think it's going to work well. So we'll close this down. Let's open a web benchmark. So this is speedometer 3.1. Now I'm running this on Edge and I don't have anything else open. So here we got 11.9. So if you have another device, you can run this same benchmark and you can tell what the speed of this is in comparison to the device you already own. Now this is not a comprehensive benchmark. I'm guessing most of this is not multi-core, but it gives you a basic idea of web performance. Let me try opening a web page. So here's the PELADN web page. Let's try scrolling on it. I'd say it's as responsive as any other computer I use. Now I have a power meter connected to this, and while it's just sitting idle, it's drawing around 11 watts, maybe 12 watts. So it's very efficient. I'm running that benchmark again, and now we're seeing it go up to maybe 17 to 20 watts. So even under load, it's not taking a tremendous amount of electricity. So that's the PELADN WI6 N150 mini PC. I really like the small form factor of this. It's tiny, it's very lightweight. Now I plugged in one HDMI monitor, but you can connect up to 3 monitors. You can connect up 2 HDMI monitors, and then you can plug one into USB Type-C. Now I used one of the USB ports for my keyboard mouse, but you could also connect a Bluetooth keyboard mouse to this. So if you had this hanging off the back of a monitor, you could just plug in HDMI and power, and then run everything else wirelessly, and have a very clean setup. Now this isn't a super high performance PC, but it has plenty of power for desktop applications, so you could use Office, you could do web browsing, you could watch videos on it. Where this would be limited would be higher performance gaming, and if you're doing AI or maybe some 3D rendering, this may not be the best option for that, but for general purpose PC, I think this could be a great option. Now since this is lightweight, this could also be ideal for mobile applications, like if you wanted a PC in an RV or for a trade show booth. I think this could be very ideal for that. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you liked this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate it if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.